People with the life path master number 22 are people who are idealistic and pragmatic at the same time. They have enormous power and are able to realize their own plans and visions of life. Empathy and charisma characterize them well. Sensitivity and vitality make them particularly reliable managers and employees who are committed and enthusiastic. They also possess strong willpower and a positive attitude to life. However, when these personalities feel restricted, the large amount of positive energy has a self-destructive effect and is directed against them. Sometimes the 22 tends to conform, and because of their need for love and recognition and out of consideration for others, does not lead the life that suits them. In this case, their constructive powers become psychic poison and cause great stress. Sometimes these manifest themselves in seclusion and psychosomatic complaints. They are intelligent and creative and try to create clarity and structure in their environment. If these personalities fail to find the security they seek within themselves, they look for it in the outside world. They do this either by creating and achieving something, or by adhering strongly to principles and developing a code of honor. In the course of their lives, 22 people repeatedly feel the need to develop themselves further. In every situation and through every person with whom they come into contact, they find an opportunity for their personal development and for the implementation of their plans and wishes. They need a certain pressure and a goal in mind to feel alive. Routine and deadlocked habits bore such people and make them orient themselves differently. For this reason, relationships or friendships that do not challenge these people become uninteresting. However, this outer facade often does not correspond to the inner life. It is almost impossible to see through them. Justice and powers of observation distinguish the person with the master number 22. In this life number, there's always a trace of the opposite. The person bears a lot of responsibility for other people and also takes care of them. They tend to easily earn a lot of money with which they can support others. Financial security is important to them. People with this life path number tend to develop the dark side of the controller. They convey to the outside world the feeling of being competent and strong. They also like to help. Due to their pronounced intelligence, they also act very solution-oriented and responsible. The dark side of these people is that they severely condemn other people through their sharp criticism and personal code of honor. They appear bossy and exercise control in a subtle way over themselves and their fellow human beings. They are not aware of this characteristic, and when confronted with it, they offer noticeable resistance. The natural need for freedom and the urge for self-development of this personality generate resistance in them when it comes to choosing a partnership. This person usually has a testing attitude towards the partner and needs a lot of time to be able to trust and open up. The distinct empathy and adaptability of this personality often leads this person to take on the role of a helper or even a therapist for the partner. 22 personalities long for an equal relationship in which they can live their need for freedom. They wish for a partner who is independent and cultivates diverse interests. To fulfill this wish, these people should find ways out of the trap of the helper syndrome. If these people succeed in regulating their need to want to be in control of their environment and fellow human beings, then they are well on the way to realizing their vision of partnership. This personality type has high ideals and a rigid vision of relationships, which are a frequent source of disappointment and alienation. Having realistic expectations of the other person gives the 22 protection from disappointment and injury. Otherwise, the unexpressed pain of disappointment feeds the longing for withdrawal and over time creates a rift between the two partners. As a result, the injured 22 becomes rejecting, distanced, and even unapproachable. The choice of isolation is not only a protective strategy, sometimes it conceals the faint hope that the other will notice the absence and approach them. Often, these people take the lead in the family, are persons of authority and dictate what and how something should be done. They want to guide and support, control and advise their family members. However, in doing so, they want to set the direction. If their advice is not followed, these personalities are sometimes offended, and they also become restless when family members make mistakes. They are family people and extremely reliable. People with the life path number 22 are very hardworking and have an optimizing nature. They are careful to always give more than 100% and put themselves under constant pressure to achieve more and more in their lives. For a personality with this number, it is very important to appreciate their achievements and strengths. They should try to focus on their positive qualities again and again and be grateful for their enormous strength, stamina, and intelligence. It would also be very beneficial if they would take the time to develop their interests. These people should learn to live their own sense of justice with tolerance and acceptance, to show understanding towards themselves and other people, to keep the sense of responsibility and duty within limits, to live out the sharp, critical spirit in an appreciative way, to let go of your own rigid ideas in order to find yourself. Famous people with the life path master number 22 include Bryan Adams, Sir Richard Branson, Dean Martin, and Paul McCartney.